Welcome to Walking in Love. I'm Melissa Whitkey. Thanks for joining me today on my first video of 2022. Wow, it's hard to believe another year has gone by. Welcome to my new studio. I'm actually setting up a studio here. I'm really excited about it. As you can see, I have my new microphone, which hopefully will give you better sound, better quality sound. I am going to record as a podcast as well, so hopefully we'll have some good content that people want to listen to in 2022. So this is just my welcome video to let you know that I'm back, to let you know that I'm still walking in love, and I have a lot of new things that I want to bring to you. I want to share ideas. I want to encourage you on your path. I think what we need in the world more than ever is people who are encouraging us. You know, my husband always says, every interaction you have with another human being, are you building them up or tearing them down? It's really one or the other. If you don't say anything, you're kind of tearing them down. Right? If you don't do anything to encourage them, build them up, notice them, see who they are, see the person that's in front of you. The other thing I'm doing, spending a lot of time on and really focus energy on is this idea that when someone's angry, not reacting, and instead seeing the person behind the anger, to understand that, you know, there's a living, breathing person who may have a lot going on that I don't understand. And while it doesn't condone, you know, lashing out at each other, if we learn to be like Jesus and have compassion and empathy for each other, this world will be a whole lot better. Anyway, just some things I'm working on this year is in my own life, some goals that I set for myself, is to really focus on what's important. I realize now, 56 years into this walk of mine, that there's two really important things in my life. And as long as those two things are right, I don't really have to worry. You know, God has told us not to worry, that we will face trials and tribulations in this world, but we don't have to worry. Now, how do you do that? How do you not worry when there's bills to be paid and there's, you know, illnesses and all sorts of things swirling around and there's chaos in the world? How do you do that? Well, that was something I really prayed a lot about, and how I'm doing it. I'm focusing on two important things. I realized in my lifetime, what are the two most important things? For me, it's keeping God first place. Without God, I know I'm nothing. Without God, I'm never going to do anything great in this world. Without God, I'm not going to help anyone. I'm not going to be able to love anyone. God gives me the ability to do all of that and more. So number one for me is, as long as God is still on the throne, I'm okay. The second requirement for happiness and peace in my life, and is the focus of 2022 for me, is having my family and friends to love. That's it. Notice I said not them loving me, it's having them to love. As long as I have God on the throne and I still have my ability to love, then everything else will work itself out. That's how we stay focused on God. That's how we do what God has asked us to do and walk in love. We're here to walk in love. That's it. God gives us our dreams of our heart. He wants us to take those dreams out and walk them in love and share gifts and abilities and talents that we have with the world. That's what we're here for. That's it. It's so simple. Yet we all get so crazed with everything else that's happening in the world. Yes, I know there's a lot of things that can take our focus off. And people may say to me, you know, Melissa, you're nuts. You're crazy if that's all you're going to focus on. I don't think so. Because what I'm really saying is, of course, I've got to deal with all of those other things. I'm dealing with a situation now where we lost a contract, a very lucrative contract. We were blindsided by it, and we are doing our best to recover. We were told, you know, that the contract was going to be renewed, and then until we were told it wasn't. And it was right before Christmas. So we had to make a decision. Are we going to go into Christmas all upset, or are we going to trust God and enjoy our time with our family? And that's what we did. Is it easy to do those things? No, because we're still trying to walk that out now. We lost those people. They're no longer part of our company. And it was a lot of ugliness that happened. And again, it wasn't something that we could have foreseen. But you know what? If God allowed that door to close, then I have to trust that another one will open. And it's actually forced Ed and I to get out there and start doing more business development. And he's actually pretty good at it because we have some really good prospects coming up and a lot more to do. But I don't know how it's going to work out. But what I do know for sure, that in 2022, I don't want to ride the roller coaster anymore. I don't want to go up when my circumstances are good and down when they're not. I don't want to have that instability in my life. I want to have a consistent joy in my heart. And that's what God offers us. He doesn't want us living on roller coasters. See, he doesn't want us reacting to our circumstances. It's all throughout the Bible. How do you live your life? Are you living in peace? Jesus said that he left us his peace. He said, my peace I give you, my peace I leave you, my peace I give you. Not as the world gives do I give to you. He bequeathed it to us. So we have peace. So why don't we use it? That's something that I've been working really hard on, because oftentimes I've ridden the roller coaster most of my life. Up when things are going well and down when they're not. And as I said, I was coming into Christmas and I'm like, why is this happening to us? Why again are we dealing with something like this, right before Christmas? And, all I could feel in my heart was God telling me to trust him. And I really, for the first time, understood that it's always been, and it will forever be, about keeping God first place in your life. He's taken care of me. No matter what's happened to us. Do I like the things that I've gone through? Do I like the hard things? No. But they've also helped me to become who I am. Without those hard times, if I didn't have to face adversity, if I didn't have to come up with, a lot of bucket loads of faith and walk in trust that God has it handled, I wouldn't be the person I am today. Do I wish some of these things would stop? Do I wish it was easier? Absolutely, I do. But it's just the way it is. So we all face challenges just about every day, don't we? And my goal of 2022 is to stay focused on God, stay focused on knowing that if he's on his throne, if he's still there, which he will never leave you or forsake you, he was always there. And if I can still love, then I have everything I need. Everything else is below that, far below that. Because you know what? Those are really like the only two things that you can control in your lifetime. We can't control circumstances. We can't control other people. What can we control? Everything is from our mind. So our mind is where we have to do the work. So for me, I'm going to focus on having that peace, finding that peace, holding that peace. I want to carry joy. I want my norm to be joy. I don't want my norm to be stress. That's something we're going to talk about soon. But I want peace and joy to be normalized in my life. Not stress and frustration and anger and again, that roller coaster ride. I've given my ticket, my park pass away. I'm not getting back on that roller coaster ever again. I can't do it because I'm afraid of making myself sick. I'm no good to anyone else when I'm acting like that. So for me, 2022 is about using the strength that God has given me to take hold of what I can take hold of. And the two things that I mentioned are things that will never change in my lifetime. I will always have the capacity to love if I keep God first. So those two things are tied intrinsically together. So that's my focus for 2022. I hope you've also spent some time thinking about what you want this year to hold. This is also going to be an exciting year for me. My son is getting married in November 5th of this year, to his beautiful fiance who we just adore. So it's going to be an exciting year for us. But, as always, there's challenges. There's a lot of things that I'm trying to accomplish. I'm here again doing these videos. It's something that I really have passion for, and I want to bring it to life in new and exciting ways. So I have a lot of ideas, a lot of content I want to share. So I'm looking forward to 2022. I am also getting ready to start my master's degree in organizational leadership. So April 12th is my first day of class. I'm putting it out here and letting everyone know that it's going to be another challenge for me. But you know what? It's something I'm interested in. Leadership and communication are the two constants of my career, of my 30-plus year career. I've always excelled in those two things. So I want to learn more. I want to be green and growing. I want to have more to give to my employers, whoever they are. And I want to also be able to lead people to God. What a great crossover between what I do every day at work and what I can do here on these podcasts. Because really all I want to do is I want to lead people to God. I used to say that my number one job as a parent was to help my children make good decisions. I really rethought that recently, or God put on my heart. Really my number one job is to teach them about Him, bring them to Him, because He's the one who's going to share with them what their purpose is in life, what path they're supposed to walk, who they're supposed to be, what talents and gifts He's given them that are uniquely theirs. So yes, I help them to make good decisions, but the number one thing I need to do is to teach them about Him. There's so much more I want to say, but I'm looking forward to to being here with you in 2022. Looking forward to this exciting new studio that I'm setting up. A lot more to come. We'll have something other than some bare shells behind me soon. But thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to the next time. Have a great day, and God bless.